Class, our topic for today is corporate liquidation. Okay, at this stage, the corporation is already experiencing insolvency and is already fighting for bankruptcy. The accounting for corporate liquidation is similar to the accounting for partnership liquidation because the liquidation process works like this. First is we sell all non-cash assets at net realizable value. Basically, we're converting all non-cash assets into cash. Afterwards, we pay the creditors. And in corporate liquidation, we have different types of creditors. First one is fully secured creditors. Second is partially secured creditors. Third one is unsecured creditors with priority. And fourth one is unsecured creditors without priority. Okay, let's differentiate the four. Let's say ito yung assets securing the liabilities, and these are your liabilities. For fully secured liabilities, assets are higher than the liabilities. Let's say this is 100,000, securing 70,000 worth of liabilities. Partially secured, on the other hand, magkaiba naman siya. Opposite naman. Let's say this is 60,000, liabilities, mas mataas, 80,000. Okay? Unsecured with priority, obviously unsecured siya, so yung assets natin, zero. Let's say this is 50,000, unsecured without priority, zero, and let's say this is 40,000. Okay, sir, what do you mean by unsecured with priority? These are liabilities that even though hindi sila secured, we're still legally required to pay them. Examples are salaries and wages, taxes, liquidation expenses, and trustees' fees, among others. Okay? So we're legally required to pay this. It's as if yung unsecured with priority, para siyang fully secured. Alright? Now, in corporate liquidation, yung issue dito is how much can we pay this for types of creditors. That's why it's very important to know kung ano yung recovery percentage. Okay? Ito yung percentage on how much can your unsecured creditors recover from the corporation. Okay? The formula is recovery percentage is equal to your net free assets over total unsecured liabilities. Okay? Recovery percentage is equal to net free assets over total unsecured liabilities. To better explain this, let's go to our problem for today. Okay, so I prepared a comprehensive problem for corporate liquidation. Let's see the questions. First, estimated deficiency to unsecured creditors. When you say deficiency, yun yung hindi natin kayang bayaran, right? Letter B, payment to partially secured creditors. C, payment to unsecured creditors with priority. And letter D, payment to unsecured creditors without priority. Okay, so let's read the given. By the way, class, before we continue, apologies for the noises outside kasi lumipat ako ng place, no? Medyo maingay sa labas, pero I'll use a different microphone next time. So for now, concentrate muna kayo sa beautiful voice ko. Okay. Pinnacle Corporation is undergoing liquidation and has the following statement of financial position as of January 1, 2020. Okay. So presented tayo here ng balance sheet of the company. So cash, accounts receivable, inventory, prepaid expenses, building, goodwill. We have the salaries, accounts payable, mortgage payable, loans payable, notes payable, ordinary shares, deficit. Usually may deficit during liquidation. We know deficit is just your negative retained earnings. Alright? Okay, so may balance sheet tayo, and then let's continue reading. The mortgage payable. is secured by the building having a realizable value of 360. Okay, ito daw yung NRV of the building, 360,000. And if you look at the asset side, 345, yun yung book value, right? Important sa atin is the net realizable value. Similar to partnership liquidation. During partnership liquidation, ang mas important sa atin is the fair market value or the NRV of the assets, right? Okay. Mortgage payable is secured by the building. If you look at the mortgage payable, okay, it's 400,000 and secured daw siya by a building that has an NRV of 360. So 360 yung assets, 400 yung liabilities. We classify mortgage payable as partially secured. Alright, let's move on. Accounts payable amounting to 60,000 is secured by the receivables amounting to 85,200, which is collectible in the amount of 68,160. So which is more important to us, 85,200 or 68,160? It's the 68,160 because this is your net realizable value. 85,200, this is the book value. Am I right? So 60,000 liabilities, and then secured siya by 68,160. The accounts payable, this is a fully secured liability, right? Accounts payable here 108,500. We know yung 60,000 dyan is fully secured, right? Take note yung total is 108,500. Hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung classification of the balance. Alright. The balance in the book value of the receivables, which has an NRV of 235, okay, circle natin yan, is used to secure the loan payable. Saan ba yung loan payable? Loan payable is 220,000. Secured daw siya by 235. So, mas mataas yung assets and the liabilities. The loan payable is an example of a fully secured liability. Okay. The inventory has a net realizable value of 53,000. In addition to the recorded liabilities are liquidation expenses amounting to 95 and taxes amounting to 4,000. What do you call these liquidation expenses and taxes? These are unsecured with priority, right? So I'll write it down. Unsecured with priority. 95 plus 4,000. Alright. Okay, let's move on. How do you solve a corporate liquidation problem? Tuturuan kita ng approach, okay? Yung una mong gagawin dito is you have to know how much is the total NRV of your assets. Alright? Because ang kailangan natin malaman, how much ba talaga yung cash natin na pwedeng ipambayad to our creditors, right? Yung NRV of our assets, it's as if yun yung total cash natin. Okay. Given that, kailangan natin isa-isahin yung assets natin. Let's start with cash. For cash, we have 114,200. That's the face value. You know, for cash, the face value is also your net realizable value. Lagay natin 114,200. Alright. Next item is accounts receivable. Accounts receivable, so let's see in the given. Okay. Nasaan ba dito yung AR? Okay. 68,160 and 235,000. Let's add the two. Okay. So get your calculators. Nasaan na yan? 68,160 plus 235,000. Total NRV of your AR, 303,160. Okay. 303,160. Next is inventory. Okay, may mention dito. The inventory has a realizable value of 53,000. Let's put here inventory 53,000. Okay, prepaid expenses 25. No mention in the problem. We assume that it's zero. It makes sense because ano ba yung mga prepaid expenses? Let's say mga prepaid supplies, prepaid insurance. Most likely hindi na recoverable yun during liquidation. Alright? So for prepaid expenses, lagay ko na rin dito. Okay, prepaid expenses, 0. Alright. Next is building. According to the first sentence, the building has an NRV of 360,000. Let's put here building, 360,000. And then for the goodwill, 55,000. Walang minention. Obviously, during liquidation, wala nang goodwill. So we have to write off the goodwill. It means our goodwill here is 0. Alright. let's add everything. Okay, so add natin sila. 114, 200 plus 303, 160 plus 53,000 plus 360,000. We get 830, 360. 830, 360. This is your total net realizable value. Or pwede mo rin siyang isipin na ito na yung cash ko after selling everything, right? So meron tayong 830, 360 to pay our creditors. That's the first step. Okay? Second step is we compute for the net free assets. Okay? Net free assets. Alright. Last, before we continue, I want to thank our generous sponsor for today's video, Sir Brad Fit. Actually, siya yung nag-sponsor yung calculator natin for today. Sir Brad Fit, the #1 fitness channel in the universe according to Sir Brad. Okay, net free assets. So basically, yan yung assets that are available to your unsecured creditors. Alright? Whenever I say unsecured creditors, I'm referring to yung mga walang priority. Okay? Without priority. Because yung with priority, ang assumption is babayaran natin sila 100%. Okay. So gagawin natin for the net free assets. First step is lagay muna natin yung NRV dyan. So lagay ko dito total assets. Alright. At net realizable value 830, 360. Okay. We pay the fully secured creditors. Okay, ano ba yung mga fully secured creditors natin dito? Okay, earlier we identified actually two yan eh. The accounts payable, right? Accounts payable, the 60,000 as well as the loans payable of 220,000, right? Okay, so let's put here accounts payable. Bayaran natin yung 60,000. Alright? And the loans payable 220,000. Okay. Next. By the way, ang gawin muna natin, hindi pa pala natin na kakategorize lahat ng liabilities natin. Okay. So, double check natin. For salaries payable, we know salaries are required to pay them, right? So, mag-form part siya ng unsecured with priority. Unsecured with priority, dagdagan natin siya ng salaries payable, 50,000. So, ilan na yung total niyan? Let's compute yung unsecured with priority. 9,500 plus 4,000 plus 50,000, 63,500. 63,500, this is your total unsecured with priority. Okay, accounts payable, we know total is 108,500, 60,000 daw yung fully secured. So yung 48,500, walang minention sa problem. What do you assume? This is unsecured without priority. Okay, lagay ko na dito, without priority. Mortgage payable, okay, partially secured. Loans payable, fully secured. Note payable, wala ring mention in the problem. So, we assume that this is unsecured without priority. Alright, let's continue. So, once we pay the fully secured, ang babayaran naman natin is the partially secured creditors. Okay, we know that's the mortgage payable. Okay, again, it's secured by 360, tama? Yung total is 400 secured by 360. So, how much yung mababayad natin? It's 360,000, right? So, partially secured, 360,000. And then, don't forget to pay the unsecured with priority, which amounts to 63,500. Lagay ko na lang with priority. Okay. 63,500. Okay. So, once we pay the fully secured, partially secured, and with priority, we get the net free assets. Alright, net free assets. Let's compute. 830, 360 less 60,000 less 220,000 less 360,000 less 63,500. We get 126,860. Okay, 126,860. We call this your net free assets. Okay. Last, if you appreciate this free accounting tutorial, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I have a new video. As you can see, step by step yung ginagawa natin, right? First, we compute for the NRV of the assets. Second is we compute for the net free assets. Yung third step natin is we compute for the recovery percentage. Okay? Again, what's the formula for the recovery percentage? Net free assets over total unsecured. Total unsecured. Take note, yung total unsecured dito, this includes your unsecured without priority and the unsecured portion of the partially secured liability. Okay? Let's compute for the recovery percentage. Net free assets, 126,860. Okay? Divided by total unsecured. Isa-isahin natin na ano ba yung total unsecured natin. Tama ba? Accounts payable na 48,500 is an unsecured without priority. Lagay natin na 48,500, right? This is your accounts payable. What else? Your notes payable for 80,000. Lagay natin siya plus 80,000. Tama ba? This is your notes payable. What else? Ito yung huwag mo kakalimutan. The unsecured portion of the partially secured. Kasama siya in the formula to compute for the recovery percentage. Tingnan natin ha. That's your mortgage payable. 400, it's secured by 360. Yung 40,000 difference sila, we call it the unsecured portion of the partially secured. We put here 40,000. Lagay natin dyan. This is the unsecured portion of the partially secured. Okay. Alright. 48,500 plus 80,000 plus 40,000. So that's 168,500. Tama. So lagi ko dito. Ang total denominator natin, para malinaw, 168,500. We compute for the recovery percentage. Okay. 126,860. This is our numerator, right? We divide this by 168,500. Okay, we get this 75 point. Let's use 75.29%. Okay, usually naman sinasabi sa problem kung ilang decimal places. So 75.29%. Actually, once you get the recovery percentage, medyo safe ka na dyan. Madali na ma-compute yung rest of the problems. Alright? Letter A, estimated deficiency to unsecured creditors. Alright, so basically, ang ibig sabihin lang yan, how much yung hindi mako-collect ni unsecured creditors from the corporation. Okay? So, ang gagawin mo lang dyan is, kunin mo yung denominator here, right? Iyon yung total unsecured, 168,500. Tama ba? Yung mako-collect nila is 75.29%. So, it means, yung deficiency is just 1 minus 75.29%. Does that make sense? Okay, if ito yung mako-collect nila, yung 1 minus 75.29%, that's the deficiency. Okay, let's compute. 1 minus 0.7529 times 168,500, we get 41636.35. 41636.35. Okay, that's the answer for question A. Actually, meron pang isang way to compute for letter A. So, ito isipin nyo, class A. When you say deficiency, di ba yun lang, ibig sabihin lang nun, cash versus the total liabilities. Yung difference sila, yun yung deficiency. Tama ba? Sige nga, let's do that alternative computation. Ano ba yung cash natin in the problem? Well, that's the NRV. Okay? It's 830,360. And yung total liabilities natin, how much? Add lang natin lahat ng liabilities here, right? Lahat dito. And then as well as the unrecorded liabilities, right? The 9,500 and the 4,000. Sige nga, add natin lahat. Okay. Salaries payable of 50,000. So lang natin. Salaries payable 50,000 plus accounts payable 108,500 plus mortgage payable of 400,000 plus loans payable of 220,000 plus note payable of 80,000 and what else? Siyempre, hindi kasama dyan yung liquidation expenses and taxes, right? 9,500 plus 4,000. Okay, total liability is 872,000. Okay, lagyan natin dito 872,000. The difference 872,000 and your NRV 830,360, you get 41640. 41,640, which is also this one, tama? Rounding of error lang siya. But basically, when you say deficiency, it's just your cash less your liabilities. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have two computations for question A. Alright, let's go to question B. Payment to partially secured creditors. Yung partially secured creditors natin, it's the mortgage payable. We know out of the 400,000 mortgage payable, yung 360,000 dyan will be collected 100%. Tama? Okay. While this is 360. While yung 40,000, yung makakollect lang dyan is 75.29%. Let's compute. 40,000. Okay, 40,000 times 75.29%. 30,116. 30,116. So if you add this, 360,000 plus 30,116, 390,116. Okay, this is the amount or the payment to partially secured creditors. Alright, let's go to letter C. Payment to unsecured creditors with priority. Okay, now, asan yung with priority dyan? Well, yun lang siya. Tama? 63,500. Na-compute na natin siya earlier actually. Take note lang na when you say with priority, it's as if fully secured siya. So, babayaran natin siya 100%. Alright? And then, last number is payment to unsecured creditors without priority. Ano ba yung without priority dito? It's the accounts payable na 48,500 and the notes payable of 80,000, right? So, 128,500. 128,500 times 75.29%. Okay, let's compute. 128,500 times 0.7529. We get 96,747.65. 96,747.65. Okay, so this is our answer for letter D. Okay. Klaseng answering topics like corporate liquidation, dapat meron kang approach, dapat systematic. Okay? Kaya ang ginawa natin, we first get the NRV of the assets, we compute for the net free assets, and we compute for the recovery percentage. Once we know the recovery percentage, madali nang makompute yung payments to our creditors. Class, is the end of this free tutorial. Patikim pa lang yan. What if the assets securing the liabilities generated, let's say, dividends? On the other hand, what if the liabilities secured by the assets incurred interest? What if you're asked to compute for the net income and you're given various items in a statement of realization and liquidation? Tuturo namin lahat yan. At Pinnacle, regardless of your accounting background, we will provide you with the most efficient and effective review by focusing on best review strategies, key points to remember, shortcuts, common tricks and mistakes. For reservation and to know more about us, visit our website and Facebook page. All the links are in the description below. Reserve now because we only accept limited number of students in order to preserve the quality of our review. Class is missed. See you next meeting.